Hey guys, it's Juan here from Physique Transformation Academy. Today marks 4 weeks and 5 days out from my first show, the Legends Cup in 2023, and 5 weeks and 5 days out from the 2023 Canadian National Pro Qualifier. I'm here at Crunch Fitness in Kitchener, training legs with my leg day training partner, Dimitri Williams, IFBB Pro. He's an amazing classic physique pro, client of mine as well, so we usually crush legs every single Sunday in here. 2 main points that I want to drive today from the 12 main lessons that I've learned from bodybuilding. Lesson number 1, the only thing you should be scared of in life is getting to the end of your life and regretting not maximizing your potential. That is my biggest fear, being on my deathbed or on the verge of dying and thinking, if I would have just worked a little harder, if I hadn't had quit, if I would have just tried that little bit more, could I have done or achieved something great to maybe inspire others, inspire my children to dream and be successful, and whatever success means to you or me. So my goal every single day is to be the best that I can possibly be in every possible aspect. Lesson number 2, you will never make everybody happy, so prioritize yourself. That was a little selfish. I have 3 beautiful children, beautiful wife, parents, a sister. You know what? Obviously their happiness and joy is very important to me, and I do prioritize it. But at the end of the day, I have to prioritize my happiness and joy as well. Now, what do I mean by this? I grew up in an environment, and it's normal as human beings, we want to please everybody around us. You know, the people at church want you to be this way, and that's what their version of your happiness is. And your teachers want you to go to university, and that's their version of happiness. And your parents want you to do this, and that's what their version of happiness. If I try to make the people at church, at my parents, my wife, and everybody else around me happy, I'm never gonna be happy. So what do I mean by this? A lot of times you gotta let go of other people's opinions and prioritize what makes you happy. To me, being my absolute best, inspiring others, being an amazing bodybuilder, that's what makes me happy. So I want to inspire you to think about dreaming. And I want you to inspire you to work as hard as possible and be willing to do things that others are not doing, so you too can achieve your goals. I like starting off my leg workouts with 2 sets of back, specifically upper back, safe upper back movement. Turns on the scapula, also really trying to bring up that thickness in the upper back. So I really like starting off with that, and then we move on. We're gonna do a heavy set and a back off set. After this is when we truly start legs. This morning I was up at 4 a.m. posing, cardio, vacuums, meal prep. You know, after all that, I get a meal in and come train here for 8 a.m.
Good, buddy, good, come on. So, come on. Slow negative, nice job. Come on, baby. Squeeze it. Squeeze it.
My leg training, I don't keep it super complex. My legs, I found what grows well for them. I try to push off my heavy stuff towards the end of the workout. You'll see me squat later on today in leg press. I like starting off with a hamstring curl. Nice, safe exercise, pumps the hamstrings full of blood, prevents injury later on. So we do a lot of adductor work, hamstring work, glute work before we move on to the heavy pressing. Again, we're limited with the weight we can use, but we still stimulate the legs to grow a ton. That's the main goal, reduce the risk of injury. I want to be able to do this for a very long time, not just max out and get hurt.
Come on, let's go. Come on. All the way up. That's it.
So what I was telling you guys is, my biggest fear, and your biggest fear, should be getting to the end of your life regretting not working your hardest and not maximizing your potential. Sometimes these squats and leg presses, they can be a little bit scary. If you're going under a lot of weight, you can get hurt. For me personally, I do a prayer to God before every hard set. I say, Jehovah God, please help protect me. I'm not asking him to move the weight from me or give me muscle. Just protect me, help me stay safe, help me maximize my potential. From there, what's the worst that can happen? Unless some freak accident happens, if I'm staying as safe as possible, keeping my core nice and braced, keeping a nice slow tempo with proper form, I fail. But you know what, that's the point, to fail, to take the muscles to failure, that way you can maximize that muscle signal to grow. So don't be afraid to fail, guys, don't be afraid to push yourselves. If you're afraid to push yourself, you're never gonna maximize your potential.
come on. 4, last one, last one, last one. Come on, baby. You have one more rep in you, one more rep in you. Big inhale, abs tight. Up, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
So now that we did a lot of the activation work, a lot of the isolation work, the hamstring work, the quad work, the adductor work, now I move on to squats to stay a little bit safer. I like to squat with squat shoes or Olympic lifting style shoes. They have a heel. It allows you to get a little bit more ankle flexion, hit the quads a little bit more effectively. Also, reduce the risk of injury as well. I tend to have tight ankles. As much as I stretch them, if you have tight ankles, sometimes you can develop hip issues, lower back issues. They just feel a lot more comfortable to me, so I like using them. They make a big difference. In the off season, I like the barbell squat a lot. As I get deeper into prep, like the point that I'm at now, I've moved on to Smith machine squats. I can target the quads more effectively as my leverages change, as my waist gets a lot smaller. I find that I can fatigue the quads better as opposed to having my core be the limiting factor in order for me to be able to move the proper weight to stimulate the quads and the legs overall.
Number one, come on. That's what the other guys are not doing. Jehovah protect me, Jehovah give me strength. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. I love the gym. The gym is one of my favorite places in the world. When I became a parent, it was a difficult transition, turning that intensity on and off. After 13 years of training, I found it now it's almost automatic. I can just flip a switch and go into this insane berserk mode, and I don't even have to think about anything specifically. Just I can feel this overcoming power of rage and intensity and anger, but it's not even like a specific thought, and I can shut it off right away. Once I became a parent, when you're with your children, with your wife, you can't be that person. So now you are the loving, kind father, patient. When you're in the gym, it's this beautiful moment where you bring out these emotions and you let them all out. And if you don't have these emotions of intensity and rage, you will never fully develop your physique, I can guarantee you that. Intensity is what really helps somebody push themselves to the max to be a better version of themselves. So guys, thanks for joining me. Seeing this leg day. It was a tough one. This is how you gotta train though if you wanna change, if you wanna transform your body. And I do it because I love it. Remember the point I was telling you guys? Second point for today was you gotta do what you love and what makes you happy, not what makes others happy. If you do focus on making others happy, you're never gonna be happy yourself. And that's what it's all about. Finding that thing you love and investing your heart and soul into it, because a man without a dream is a dead man. I do it because I love it. Don't do it for Instagram or for the likes. If there was no Instagram, no YouTube, no pictures, what are you gonna do? Would you still do this? If nobody knew you did this, would you still do this? I would. Hell yeah, I would. I want to give a huge shout out to my family, my beautiful wife, my mom, my dad, my sister, my children, for leg day, Dimitri Williams, and all the people who support me and message me. It really means a lot. And I'm trying to make this, I'm working on making this dream happen of becoming an IFBB pro, which is a huge, huge deal for me. And I'm gonna keep going at it until I reach that goal. Thanks for joining, guys. Stay tuned for next episode.